What's up, guys? My name's KhaoticK, back at you guys with a little bit today. We're coming at you with a new review. And in this one, we are going to be reviewing 2MMC. Now, 2MMC, this one I liked a lot. You know, it's like a mix between like a weaker 4MMC and a 3MMC, kind of like analog. And yes, obviously, it's very related to it. And it does have some serotonin action. It's a very relaxing and calm stimulant. And don't expect to get anything really done on this. It's not very functional, meaning it's also not very like stimulating towards completing tasks. Like it won't make you very productive, but it is a very good functional and social stimulant. And, you know, a cathinone derivative, of course. I want to get right into the video. Hope you guys are staying high, stay lifted. And without further ado, let's get started. And leave down in the comments if you guys have had experience with this and what doses that you took as well. And, you know, I took 100 milligrams. I didn't take 100 milligrams my first time. I took 50 milligrams. And, you know, I worked my way up to a 100 milligram dose, you know, a few weeks later. And then I just capped it right there. You know, it really wasn't that kind of crazy, you know. But I would say that an oral dose of this, about 100 milligrams, does feel pretty serotonergic in a mild way. Like, you know, you're going to feel like talkative. You're going to feel more social. And yeah, this one will be perfect for going out, you know, and about and doing all that stuff, you know, and also really just going out in any other social setting. This one would be a very, very good addition. Keep in mind, it does have come down potential, so watch out for that, obviously. Most stimulants, if not all, do. So, of course, you know, you're not going to escape that, especially if you're prone to it, especially if you've been abusing other stimulants, you know, watch out for that, of course. But 2MMC, this one I liked a lot. You know, very, very calming in the come up and not really anxiety inducing at all. This one was actually anxiety reducing. In fact, you know, I don't feel anxious on this. I don't feel that crazy stim paranoia like NEP does, which I will have a review out for soon. But it doesn't have that at all. It really does not. So, 2MMC, you know, I would give it like an 8 out of 10 because I liked it. You know, it has sort of a roll-like feeling. Oh, and music sounds amazing on 2MMC. For some reason, I don't know what it is. But it sounds better on 2MMC. Obviously not as good as 4MMC, but 2MMC is a pretty good comparison. And I would say if you only have 2MMC, don't be discouraged and don't be sad because it's a very good chemical. It does have its use. And I would say, you know, its use definitely comes into fruition when you are using it modestly. Maybe 200 milligrams might be more of a roll. You know, it might be a little bit higher of a dose, but I do know that there could be roll potential with this chemical. I don't know how high of a dose you'd have to push it, so maybe the side effects aren't worth it. But at 100 milligrams, it felt like a very, very mild roll, like almost like diet MDMA. Not as strong as 4MMC, not as strong as, I've never done 3MMC, but 2MMC for sure, this one feels different. It feels a lot different, meaning it just feels a lot more calm. And your heart's not going to be racing as much, so I would assume it probably isn't as cardiotoxic as the other MMCs. So that should be good. That should help, you know, at least with the people that are prone to, you know, stimulant side effects, you know, like the anxiety and all the other paranoia and bullshit that stimulants can cause. This one, yeah, you know, it has really, really good side effects. It doesn't really do much other than that. And yeah, definitely be careful. Of course, you know, you can always overdo it and test your stuff if you can. Make sure it's coming from a reputable source, of course. But this one, it was nice enough. It was pretty good. It was all right. It was just right. I didn't really expect much from it, so, you know, I wasn't, you know, disappointed or anything. I wasn't surprised or anything. I was just like, okay. You know, it feels exactly like what you would expect, right? You know, a weaker MMC. That's exactly what it is. And it's a little bit more on the stimulant side. It's a little bit more on the dopamine side. But no, don't get it wrong. It does have some serotonin action. Whether that's releasing a lot of serotonin or kind of just, you know, hitting the receptor. I don't know. Like, it could be antagonizing it, it could be releasing it, it could be half antagonizing it and half releasing serotonin. You never know. I don't know about that. Pharmacology with the substance. Of course, it's a research chemical. And man, I wish I could know because I would teach that. But unfortunately, most of these chemicals, they just really do not have a rule book. The rule book is in the parent compound. So whatever rules went for that parent compound, really follow that with any other derivative and analog of the same compound, but, different chemical structure a bit. So watch that and look at reports, of course. But anyways, there's always going to be that individual that pushes a little too far. Yeah, keep in mind, just be very careful. Anyways, back to the main effects. So this one lasts pretty short. It's like 3 to 4 hours. More like a 3-hour high. It does last up to 4 hours though. But yeah, the main effects last up to 3 hours only, in my opinion. It's not as fiendish as 4-MMC, which is nice. Very, very nice. Definitely not going to be as addicting. I can already say that right now, which is nice. Very, very good because, yeah, you don't want the more addicting stimulants, bro. That's where the come downs are. Yeah, I would say it's very, very good in an oral dose. I'm sure smoking it is different. Don't do that. That's way more fiendish. And snorting it as well. Stick to oral doses with this one because it could be caustic to your nose. And you know what that means and what happens when that happens. Over time, your nose eats away. So watch out for that kind of stuff with chemicals, of course. But 2-MMC, it was interesting enough to talk about. A very good entry into the MMC analog series. And I can't wait to try 3-MMC. I'm going to get my hands on that soon, hopefully. And we're going to see how that compares to 4-MMC and 2-MMC. Because 2-MMC, I liked it because 4-MMC could have been a little too much at certain points. Just a little too strong, right? This one, definitely less cardiotoxic. A lot more comfortable on the body. And again, there's not this crazy, rushy paranoia that's usually present in other stimulants. This one is pretty tame. Very tame, actually. And when you take it, you actually feel calmer. So there definitely is some serotonin antagonization or some receptor activation where it's flooding the receptor. Not as much as MDMA, obviously, or 4-MMC. It's more of like a super diet 4-MMC, MDMA, diet MDMA, kind of diet 4-MMC type of drug. It's not going to be the one where you roll tits. And honestly, it might be the one that you take in addition to other stuff, but please don't combine it with other stimulants, of course. But this one, it could be a little bit of an addition to a stack of some sorts. You're really treading on fine waters there, my friend. Please do not ever combine it with stuff. But say if you're on an MMC already, if you're already on an MMC, I mean, it could be a little addition to a roll, high, whatever you want to fucking call it. But it's good just by itself, okay? Stick to just taking this by yourself. But yeah, it's very good on its own, of course. And don't let that be mistaken. But yeah, 2-MMC, very, very fond now in my book of chemicals because, yeah, I don't know. They said it was really weak and they said there wasn't much to it. Honestly, I think there's a lot more to it. Music enhancement, just kind of like a relaxing high. And yeah, if you're looking to roll, definitely push 100 milligrams or more. Don't exceed 200 milligrams at all under any circumstance. Do not take 100 milligrams your first time either. Take 50 milligrams at the very least. But please, at least take 20 because you want to allergy dose it. Take even less. You want to make sure you don't have a bad reaction to this stuff. Yeah, so take 20, work your way up to 50, work your way up to 100. Pause there, see how you feel. Then you go from there. Play it safe. Play it safe, play it with common sense. You don't want to be overdosing. All of a sudden, you never know if it could react to anything else you've taken during the day. You never know if you could be on a binge of some sorts. So watch out for that stuff. You definitely do not want to fuck around. Please be advised. Safety and caution. Anyways, 2-MMC. Now this one, don't get it wrong, man. It was great. It was a nice high. It was awesome. Overall, the dosages range from between like 100 maybe to 150 for a roll. So watch out for that. All right. And watch out for variations in potency. It can happen between synthesizations. Yeah, just be on the lookout. Just be very careful. Always watch where you're getting it from, bro. I cannot mistake that enough. Cannot say that enough either. So watch where you're getting it from and leave it down in the comments if you guys have had a similar experience. And, you know, this one does have some potential in like a therapeutic setting as well, in my opinion. It was very calming. It could help you access thoughts better, memories in a calmer setting. And it's like diet MDMA, diet 4-MMC. Very, very good comparison right there. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys stay high, stay live. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.